Welcome to Movement Inc. Yoga. Thank you so much for joining us to uplift in body and mind. I'm Rebecca and today's practice is for flexibility and strength. Come to your mat and let's get started. Finding a comfortable seat to begin. You may like to have a strap and a block or two for today's practice. You don't need anything fancy, I'm just using a dressing gown belt. So if you need to pause the video for a moment, feel welcome to. We'll still be here, come straight back. Other than that, sitting tall, sitting well. Roll the shoulders just a few times. Ease out any tightness or tension that accumulates here. Feel the breath. Inhale to lift, exhaling to release. Take that one more time and then feel your shoulders drop down away from your ears. Feel your seat connecting to your mat, the earth beneath you. Sense your spine rising tall out of your pelvis long. Soften your jaw, elevate your heart space. Let your eyes be gentle, a steady gaze, drishti. And take these next few moments to simply center, settle and arrive. Let go of all that stuff that was before and try not to think about what's yet to come. Allow yourself to be here in this moment, present for your practice. Feel the breath. And stay with this. With your next in-breath, reach the arms out to the side, energize them high above you. As you exhale, bring your hands through prayer at the heart center, firm your palms, lift your chest, and just for a moment, steady your gaze to your fingertips. Release your hands, coming straight away onto your back. This is where you might like to have your strap handy, and we'll be taking the leg up to the ceiling and also out to the side. So hopefully, unlike me, you've got a lot of space either side of you with your mat to extend your leg. Come onto your back. As you lay down, feel the back body imprint into the floor, maybe even sigh the breath out. Keep both knees bent to start with and have your handy strap nearby. Take your left leg long. Keep your right knee bent. Holding the shin, hug the right thigh back towards your belly. As you exhale, feel the belly soften. The back body heavy into the floor, Apanasana or wind easing pose, a nice massage for the belly. Maybe you also notice a stretch in your hip flexors. Come into the breath. Options here to keep the left leg extended, a little more easeful will be to bring that foot, the left foot back to the floor, taking your strap. Place the strap on the ball of your foot. Hold the strap so that the back of your arms still connect to the floor, the mat. So have a nice long strap. Curl your toes back towards you. Reach out through your heel and draw that leg, the right leg, as far back towards you as feels reasonable. Not overdoing it, so notice really straight away where you feel sensation, rich areas in the body, and breathe, soften into these. If you want more, you can straighten your left leg, keep that left glute and thigh firming down into the floor. Holding the strap now with just the right hand, have the left hand beside you. Take the right leg out to the side, so opening the hip as wide as you can. My leg on this side can't go very far, but hopefully you've got more space and you can take your right leg down to the floor. It doesn't have to touch the floor, but just in that general direction. Notice when you feel enough opening sensation in the right hip, be easier, more gentle, considerate than you perhaps would be if we were warmer. So really steady to start with. Use your breath and your core, come back to center with the right leg. Now hold the strap with your left hand and take the right leg across the body, but pause. Pause part way, so don't go as far as you could. Notice this deep stretch along the whole outer right leg, IT band. Keep curling the toes back towards you and then stay here, or take the leg all the way down to the side, coming more into a twisted variation. Keep curling the toes, reaching out through the heel, firming the back body into the floor. Come back to the breath. Inhaling, come back to center. Take the strap from the foot, bend the leg. Left knee bends to meet the right. Straighten the right leg and hug the left thigh towards you, holding the shin. Apanasana, nice deep exhale here. Soften the belly, back body heavy. Bend the right leg so the sole of the foot touches the floor. Handy strap, wrap it around the ball of the left foot. Keep your legs long, or your arms even, and your leg too. But you can also keep a nice bend in that knee, especially if you have tighter hamstrings. Don't hyperextend, over straighten. Have the back of the arms to the floor, curl the toes back, reach out through your heel and draw the leg as much as you need to towards your body to get the sensation, that stretch, that opening. Breathe into this. Option 2, extend the right leg. Take a few more steady breaths here. Really opening the back of the leg, preparing the body, the muscles, the tissues for what's to come as we move and progress through this practice for flexibility and strength. Take the strap in the left hand now and open the leg gently to the left, opening the hip. Keep the toes drawing back, reaching out through the heel, back body connected to the earth beneath you. Inhale, smoothly come back to center. Hold the strap with the right hand now and take a twist over to the right. You might like to pause at that halfway point where you feel that rich, deep sensation in the outer hip, IT band, outer leg. You can take that leg further down to the floor to take more of a twist. As you inhale, come back up, release the strap. Straighten both legs, feel that sense of length. You can even wiggle them a little. Bend the knees again and hug the thighs back towards you. Keep the knees hip width, get a gentle stretch in the lower back. Maybe bring the knees to touch and circle round. Go one way and then the other. Feel that nice nourishing sensation in the lower back, the pelvis. Touch the feet down to the mat. Interlace your fingers behind your head so you're cradling the back of your skull in order that you're not straining or putting any undue pressure in your neck. Feel the back body firm into the floor, navel to spine, knit the lower rib cage together and in. As you inhale, peel the upper back from the floor, send the elbows towards the knees. Keep knitting the lower rib cage in, gaze between the thighs. As you exhale, smoothly lower down. Stay with this, or next round, hover the legs to tabletop, shins parallel. As you inhale, curl up, knit the lower rib cage in, navel to spine, elbows reaching beyond the knees, or send the energy in that direction at least. As you exhale, curl down. 3 more times. Inhale up, support the neck, focus all your strength endeavors in your core, your center. Curl up and smoothly release. Rising with the in-breath, breath, releasing with the out breath. Good. One more. And lower down. This time curling up. Take your torso and your elbow to extend and reach over to the right. Extend your left leg as low or high as feels reasonable to your pelvis. Reach the left elbow beyond the right thigh. Maybe even make contact like you're trying to squish a little grape. Come back through center, bend the left leg and take it to the other side. So yogi bicycles. Try and keep that lift in the chest. And we'll take this for 10 rounds of breath, but move always at your own pace. Build the heat, stoke the fire. Think of all that strength coming into your center, your core, supporting you throughout your whole practice, throughout your life, this beautiful, strong strength center. Keep breathing, keep moving, squash the grape, reach the elbow beyond the thigh. 5, 4, good. 3, nearly there. 2, you've got this. 1, come back to center, release, soften the belly, hug the thighs in and circle. Go one way and then the other. Rolling to your side or roll up through the spine to come up, finding a tabletop position. Just move any prop straps aside for the time being. We'll come back to those. Have your hands on the mat, shoulder width apart. Firm the floor away. Take a gentle cat-cow. Feel the breath. Notice that sensation in your core. Feel this strength feeding into your practice. Take one more cycle, come back to all fours, tabletop. Tuck the toes under, firm the floor away, protract the shoulder blades, navel to spine, knit the lower rib cage, hover the knees, shins parallel, keep firming, find that sense of integrated strength. As you exhale, take it all the way back to dog, open your stance, easy to begin, pedal the feet, swivel the hips and the heels, just get in there. Allow yourself the freedom of your breath, the freedom of your whole body, opening up. Come to find stillness in this shape. Firm the floor away. As you do this, curl your toes back towards you. Feel that lift in your shins, that engagement in your quads. Lower the toes now. As you exhale, feel your heels descending to the floor, anchoring down through the center point of your heels. As you inhale, journey forwards. Always options, choices. Your practice, your choice. Take the options that serve you best. So we're legs lifted in plank or knees down for tabletop. There's not one option that's better than the other. It's just what's right for you. And there's an awful lot of power and strength in acknowledging this. 2 more breaths. If you're in plank, knit the lower rib cage in. Feel that tuck of your tail, that lift in the front of your pelvis, as if they're trying to meet. Navel to spine, knit the lower rib cage in. Protract the shoulder blades, firm the earth away, reach through your heels. Good. Exhaling, down dog. 2 more times, tabletop or plank. Can always switch a dog with a child's. Come forwards. 2 breaths, get long, get strong. Shoulders stacking, reaching the heels. Tuck the tail, lift the front of the pelvis. Reach out through the heels. Good. Exhale, dog or child's pose. 1 more time. Inhale, journey forward. Get long, strong. Integrated whole body strength. Arms, legs, core working together. Distribute the effort throughout your entire body so you're not overcompensating in one area, not hanging out in the joints. As you exhale, sigh the breath out, down dog. Open, expansive, pedaling the feet. Step the big toes
touch. Lift the right leg and feel that stacking, that opening of the right hip. Heel to opposite glute, hands firming floor. Maybe circle the ankle, wiggle the toes. Lift the knee high. As you exhale, bring the thigh to face the floor. Round the spine, take the step through and lower the back knee, ensuring always that your knee is above your ankle. Staying here. Heel toe the right foot out to the side so it's a little wider and your hands are underneath your shoulders. Make sure your back knee is comfortable. Take your torso over to the left, brace the floor with your hands and firm the floor away to begin with, almost like a downward dog stance with your torso. Bow into this as much as you need. Keep firming the floor away through the right foot and then take your right hand and really reach it over to the left, maybe placing it on top of the left hand. Breathe into this. Come back to center. Heel toe the foot so you can reframe the foot. Step to plank and take downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Left leg lifts. Stacking, opening. Keep long in the right side, so really exaggerate the firming of the floor with the right hand. Bend the knee. Heel to opposite glute. Knee lifts high. Exhaling. Step through. Take it wide as you lower the back knee. Make sure you're comfortable in your low lunge. And then walk your body over to the right this time. Take that down dog stance, bow into it, release a little more, let the head and neck release. Try and keep integrating to the midline with your left knee. Take your left hand on top of your right and feel that opening through the outer hip, the whole side seam. As you inhale, come back to center. Heel toe the foot, frame it, plank, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward, feet to hands, step, walk or jump, land light. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. As you inhale, rise up, stand tall. Gaze to thumbs, anchor tail, lift and shine the hip points. Exhaling, hands to prayer, heart center. Come to the top of your mat. Let's find a little more pace to establish rhythm and heat. Feet hip width. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, plank or tabletop. Lower smooth, come all the way down. Rest your head, reach your arms back. As you inhale, lift your chest, locust pose. Lengthen out of your lower back, hover your hands. Heart space lifted, elevated. Maybe reach the legs, fingers to toes. Keep the pelvis connected to the floor, back of the neck long. Exhale, touch down. Firm the floor away, tabletop or plank. As you exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Really good. 2 big breaths. Bend the knees, look forward. Step, walk or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Heel toe feet. Utkatasana, sink low with your thumbs. Draw your hips and your thighs back. Tail tucks. Reach in your torso. Lift from the front of your hip points. Sink a little deeper. Hug the inner thighs, hug the outer thighs. Work the legs. 3 more breaths. Give this all you've got. Nearly there. Inhale. Exhale, straight to flow, reaching up. Exhale, bow. Breath and movement. Inhale. Knees bend, hands plant. Lower smooth. Up dog, cobra or locust, your back bend of choice. Come to meet in downward facing dog. Sigh the breath out the mouth. Curl the toes back towards you. Lift the shins, feel the quads. Exhale, root down through your heels. Inhaling, lift the right leg. Keep your hips facing forward, your thigh parallel to the mat. As you exhale, round the spine, step the foot through. Take a low lunge with the back leg lifted. Feel that you're firming the earth away with your right foot. Reach out through your left heel. You may like to have blocks here if you have tighter hamstrings to frame the front foot. Rock back. Curl the toes towards your shin and lengthen your spine over your front leg. Reach your left heel down. As you inhale, come forward. Let the pelvis descend, but rise the chest. Take this 3 times, drawing back over the right leg, the thigh. Let your breath be your guide. Blocks here, really lovely to support tighter hamstrings. When you've taken 3, meet us in a low lunge. Step to plank or tabletop, flow or skip it. The choice, yogis, is always yours. You choose your heat level for today. Each day different to the next. That's the beautiful thing about the practice. It can be adapted to suit where you are at this precise moment in time. Step the left leg through, low lunge, blocks at the ready, or rock back, curl the left toes to the left shin as you lengthen down over that leg. As you inhale, pelvis lowers, chest rises. 3 more times. With your breath at your own pace, linger as long as you need to. Feel that beautiful deep stretch through the whole backside of the left leg. Meet us in a low lunge. Come back to plank. Take your flow, knees down or chaturanga, back bend your choice, cobra, locust, up dog. Exhale, inhale, rise. Exhaling dog. As you inhale, reach the right leg high, hips level. Exhale, footsteps through, plant back heel. Inhale to rise, warrior 1. Bend the front knee, lift up and out of the waist. Think of the tailbone tucking under, the pubic bone and the pelvis lifting. Lunge a little deeper. Work the outer back foot down. Engage the outer back glute. Reach high. Frame the front foot on the exhale. Flow. Taking the vinyasa between sides helps you keep the heart rate lifted, the blood flowing, the heat rising. Left foot steps through. Plant the back heel, rise strong. Warrior 1, shoulders above hips. Lunge deep in the front leg. Plant the outer foot down firmly. Lengthen from your pelvis. Big breath. Exhale, frame the front foot, plank or tabletop. We meet in down dog. Get there as you need. Sigh the breath out. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step through, low lunge, rise to crescent lunge, lift out of the waist, lunge a little deeper, really work the legs here. Bring the hands to the hips, take your feet slightly wider than hip width, about 1 meter apart. Blocks again, ready to frame that front foot, really lovely. Lift out of the waist, inhale. Exhale, hinge. When you get to the halfway point, lengthen even more. Feel your shoulder blades firm into your back body. Continue to fold. Touch your hands to the floor or block. Think of an up dog in your chest. So firm the shoulder blades into your back. Shine your heart through. Firm into the outer edges of both feet. Hug your inner thighs together. Parsvottanasana. Continue to fold. Lengthen your spine down. Draw your right hip back, your left hip forwards. Breathe into the stretch. Feel that into the back leg. Bring your hands to your hips, rising strong. Take a low lunge to get to the other side. Hop, skip. Take this 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 actually, to have the left leg forwards. Rise high into a crescent lunge. Didn't work out my maths there. We got there eventually. Exhale, hands to prayer. Parsvottanasana on the left side. Blocks at the ready as you need. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Lengthen the spine forwards and continue. Touch the hands down. Think up dog in the chest. Exhale, fold. Keep a softness behind the left knee. Spin the right hip forward. Draw the left hip back. Firm into the outer edges of the feet. Spine draws down. Head, neck releasing. Hands to hips, rising up. Take a low lunge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this time. So the right leg's in front. Step back to dog. Move, stay as you are. 3 breaths. Yogi's choice. Have that inner strength, that power to choose what is right for you. Right here, right now. Bend the knees, look forward. Bring the feet to meet the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Heel toe the feet to touch. Thumbs, draw the hips back, draw the thighs back. Scoot the tail, lift from the front of the hips. Utthita. Get low, hands to prayer or arms reaching. What feels good in your shoulders. Tuck the tail, lift even more out of the waist. 3 breaths here, yogis. Sit deeper. We've got this. Wiggle the toes, inner thighs, outer thighs, glutes. Lengthen the spine. Breath. 1 more breath. Good. Reach up. Exhale. Shake out the legs. Let that go. And come to face the long side of your mat. Although you can probably stay facing forward, but I'm going to face you for Vrikshasana, tree pose. Standing on the left leg, bring your hands to your hips. Now, as we're standing here, we're going to really consider the standing leg and that integrated strength where we hug into center and we really recruit the muscles in the legs and the glutes, very strong big muscles to support us. That will really help with balance. So consider your posture. Are you sticking your hip out to the side? Hug in and engage the glute. Root down through the left foot. Really feel that sensation of root to rise. Keep your hips facing forwards. Hug that hip, engage the glute. Your foot can stay here if that's where you are today. Fantastic. Maybe it comes to your calf. Maybe it comes to your inner thigh. As ever, take a moment with your base, your foundation. Keep hugging that glute, that hip into the midline. Firm your right foot against your thigh and firm your thigh back. That will help with balance. Steady your gaze. Scoot your tail under, lift the front of your pubic bone, your pelvis. Draw up, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Draw the navel to the spine. Working with integration, finding strength, but also the flexibility to yield, just like the willow tree sways in the wind, is yielding to the winds of change, as are we. That ability to adapt, to be flexible, really is your superpower.
that flexibility within strength, well, just think what you can do. Infinite potential. Reach the arms high. If you're swaying like the willow in the wind, that's okay. Stick with it. Hug the outer left hip in. Stand tall. Breathe. Exhaling hands to prayer. Really good. If you wobbled lots, don't worry. Wobbling, body's way of coming back to center, finding balance. Other side. What's this hip doing? Scoop it in. Engage the glute. Integrate. That's the strength, the integration. Find your tree. Where's that leg going? Root down, rise. Focus your attention to your standing leg, your hip, your glute. Find center as best you can. Wobbling, it's okay, it's all the practice. Firm the foot against the thigh firms back. Elevate your elbows, broaden your chest as you firm your palms together. Tuck the tail under, lift the front of the pubic bone. Draw up through the pelvic floor, Uddiyana Bandha. Mula Bandha, the root lock. Navel in and up to the spine, Uddiyana Bandha. Strong core. Reach the arms high, sway like the willow tree. Although you sway, you yield to this wind of change. Strong still, standing tall, breathing, receiving, exhaling, come back in. And find Tadasana at the top of the mat. Well done. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Knees bend, hands plant. Down dog or flow. See what you need to keep that heat, that continual flow in your body. Down dog is where we come to meet. Inhaling, come forwards. Take your left hand slightly forward of center. We're going to take plank, so quite a lot of weight bearing in the shoulders and the wrists. You can always modify by bringing one knee down to the floor. Make sure you're centered on your knee. Take one leg out to the side. Full expression is to stack the feet. Now, what's happening with the underside of the hips? Engage your obliques, lift your hip, your rib cage away from the floor. Reach the right arm high, shoulders stack. Hug the inner thighs. Maybe you take tree with your top leg, as we just did. Keep lifting the underside of your hip, your rib cage, firm the floor away. Maybe you find your big toes hooking with your peace and middle finger. Send your glutes back a little, that can help. Maybe you extend that top leg, tuck the glutes back under. Maybe you bend the knee and step that foot through into the low lunge. Maybe you don't, it doesn't matter. Whatever happens, come out of your side plank, meet us in a low lunge, hop skip to change. I got the number right that time, it was just one. Nice and easy for me. Take the right hand forwards. Take your side plank, knee down or stacking. Please be kind. Find that strength to choose what is right for you. Hug the inner thighs, lift the underside. When we talk about strength in yoga, we know we're talking about so much more than simply physical strength. That's just one small part of strength. Strength means so much, can be applied in so many ways. What would you like to do with your legs? Stay as you are. Or maybe you send the glutes back, you hook the big toe, you lift that leg. Inevitably, one side is always easier than the other. Whatever you're doing, strong, open, beautiful. Step through, low lunge, plank. Let all of that go. Downward facing dog.
Hello, friend. Active recovery. 3 big breaths. Move around. Do what you need to do. Recalibrate. Bend the knees. Feet meet hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Rising up with the in-breath. Stand tall, stand strong. Hands to prayer. We'll come into Utthita Hasta Padangustasana, hand to big toe pose. This is where you may like to have your strap. So think of this in relation to the very first reclined stretch we took at the start of the practice. That was a reclined variation of the standing posture. You're welcome to do that in place of the standing one if that feels better for you. So if you're using your strap, stand tall in the left leg. Now remember that hip. Hug in. Wrap around with the strap on the ball of the foot. I'm going to take the option today where I hook the big toe, but the strap is so handy, especially for tighter hamstrings. Hug in, engage the glute, standing leg, pay attention to this. Bend that leg, you're using your strap or peace finger and middle finger. Stand tall, anchor tail, lift the front of the pelvis, the pubic bone, Uddiyana Bandha. Start to extend the right leg, maybe it stays bent. Straightening it is certainly not the be all and end all. And draw the right shoulder back, plug it into the back body. Hug the left outer hip in, engage the glutes, steady your gaze. Curl your toes back towards you. Reach the left arm high. Wobbling is fine. Gaze and breath will help. Let go of the foot. Hover the leg. Try not to let it lower too much. Hallow core. Bend the knee. Hands to prayer. Sweep hinge back. Warrior 3. Hips level. Still focus on your standing leg. Hug the outer hip thigh in. Lifted leg. Make it as strong as the standing leg. And then fold. Maybe you find blocks here coming into a standing split. Allow the hips to open. Good. Take a low lunge. Lift the chest. Let the pelvis get heavy. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Good work, yogis. Bend the knees. Feet to hands. Final side. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising. You know what to do this side. You might like your strap. Standing leg. Hug the hip in. No hanging out waiting for buses here. Glute engaged. Bend the left leg. Find your balance. Really feel the connection of the right foot into the earth. Supported and held. Peace, finger and middle, and extend. Hips level. Keep a softness behind the knee as you plug your left shoulder into the back body. Keep your back body firm, integrated, long. Good. Hug the outer right hip thigh in. Maybe reach that top arm high. Come back to the breath. Find the lock. Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha, or Mula Bandha, the root lock, Uddiyana Bandha. Bend the knee. Good work, nearly there. Hinge back, warrior 3. Find your balance. Hopefully, like me, you've got a handy wall if you wobble. Favourite prop in the world. Hug the outer hip in. Now think of your lifted leg as strong as your standing leg, hips level. And fold, standing splits. Traditionally, the splits is a closed hip posture, but for this purpose, open as much as you need. Walk the heel of your hands back towards the heel of your foot. Take the low lunge, lift the chest, let the pelvis get heavy. Exhaling dog, final vinyasa, should you choose it. Inhale. Let all of that beautiful strength, openness, flexibility settle into your whole system, your body, your mind, your energy. Open, expansive, strong. Let this be your superpower. On the mat, off the mat. Inhale, come forwards. Lower the knees. Bring the legs around and in front of you. Dandasana. Sit tall, sit well. Inhale. Exhale, fold. And you can also have your strap here. If this is really tight for you, use your strap. Think of lengthening your torso and bowing. Use blocks. Do what you need to. Support your practice. Inhale, lengthen. Props are our friends. Exhale, fold. And you know the wall is my favourite prop. 2 breaths. Spine lengthens forward, belly scoops in, heart space through the gateway of the shoulders. Bring that length into the back of the legs, the whole back of the body. As you inhale, come up. Exhale, prayer. Rolling over to the side, laying down. Take those final movement stretches that welcome a comfortable sense of closure for you. Circle one way and then the other. Always like to close with happy baby. Again, feel that tuck of the tail. And when you're ready, find your rest, your shavasana. Let the arms, the legs, the whole back body get heavy. Big breath in. Pausing at the top of the breath. Long sigh out. Let that go. The hard physical work is done. We've built so much strength and heat with continual movement, activating the muscles to support that growing, flourishing flexibility, that sense of openness and ease in the body. Let this all come together, a very well-rounded, integrated practice, your practice. Let this settle into your body, your mind, your energy. Relax what you can, let go of what you can. Feel spacious, free. Rolling over to the side, slowly make your way back up. Sit tall, sit well. Eyes closed to start, palms facing up. Exhale here. With your spine long, your shoulders soft, your eyes gently close. Welcome this practice in, holding this prayer, this offering, this intention and your deepest center, your heart space. Offer this to yourself here generously. Thank you for sharing your beautiful, strong practice. Well done.